Recording in progress.
Oh man. Okay. Oops. All right, y'all. Give me a second here. Rebecca. Okay. Boom. Ooh. Hi, Rebecca. Let's see. I have this all written up badly, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. I'm just gonna, it's a long intro. Boom. That's okay. Copy. Let's see. Rebecca, I'm going to make you the host. Let's see. How do I do it? Here you go. Rebecca, make host, make co-host. There we go. And live on Facebook. Here we go. Alrighty. It's called Getting to I Quit. Copy and paste. Share to your group. League of Badass Butterflies. Here we go. Go live. Alrighty. Rebecca, did you put the link? Can you put the link to that workbook in our Zoom chat, please? Thank you, darling. Okay. All right, I think I'm ready. I have everything here. And it looks like the Facebook is up and running. And let me just close this down. All right. Hi, everyone. It's Crystal Lynn. And I am really excited to be here with you today. Welcome to our Tuesday live stream. Every Tuesday I go live here, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we talk about your divine coaching business. My name is Crystal Lynn Bell, and I am Badass Butterfly. I am a spiritual life coach and business mentor, and I'm excited. I'm excited this week. By the way, Rebecca, can you please let me know about Friday's moon event? I think we have a full moon ritual that we're supposed to be doing this Friday. I might be wrong. Maybe I just did one last Friday, but I'm not sure. Can you let me know? And also, if our ritual is this Friday, please let me know what the date of the moon is, okay? Because I can't remember. I think we have something coming up. So, all right, everybody. So if you are joining me live today, please in the comments type in #live. And if you are watching the replay, type in #replay. All right. Okay. And so our topic for today is called Getting to I Quit. These are the 3 game-changing keys aspiring spiritual life coaches must have in place to leave their 9-to-5 jobs like a boss. Okay. So basically, if you're an aspiring spiritual life coach and you've been working on your job, at some point you're going to want to leave your job and you're going to want to work for yourself, but you just need to kind of know how to do that. So what does that look like? Like, what do you need to have in place? Well, there are 3 things that I'm going to talk about with you today. And so I hope you're excited. Let me see who's here with me live. Do I have anybody on the call live? Wait, why do I have all these notes open? let me close down some of this and find just the Facebook live stream. Here it is. Boom. Here we go. I see that Ju is here. Hey, Ju, and Kim and Stephanie. Hi, y'all. Thanks so much for joining in. Okay, and Rebecca is saying that we'll have the full moon ritual in Libra. We're doing that. So, y'all, this Friday, full moon in the full moon ritual is in Libra. And then, Rebecca, when you get a chance, let us know the day of the actual full moon. So, as you all will recall, I do the ritual the Friday before the moon so that you can get your workbook and start doing your work before the moon rises. And that way you can feel like you know what's going on with the energy, which, in my opinion, is very important. That's the way I do it for myself, which is why I put it out there for you all. Okay. So also, if you want the workbook for today's session, we have a really nice workbook for you. Please, in the comments, type workbook, and we will get that over to you. All right. Rebecca's going to send you a private message with the workbook. Okay. And Serena, I like that you're coming in on 2 different channels. Thank you, darling. I like that you're here with me in Zoom and on Facebook. Thank you. I do appreciate that. All right. So, as I said, my name's Crystal Lynn, and I am a certified spiritual life coach, and I'm also a business mentor. Okay. And I'm really, really excited to be working with you all in this group as your, as I kind of see myself as your big sister in coaching, because I have been doing this for years. Okay. I've been a spiritual healer for decades, and I've been a coach working in the online realm for now 11 years. So I do have quite a bit of experience in this, and I know that it is very, very challenging to make the decision to become a life coach. That's already a very big decision. It's already a very badass decision. But it's also maybe for some of you a very scary decision. And I think that for many people, the coaching part isn't the scary part, because you're naturally a coach. You probably have children, you're leading your children, you're coaching your children, or maybe you're a big sister, you're accustomed to kind of taking care of the younger people in your household when you were coming up. And maybe you're just one of these people who's kind of bossy, like, I don't have children, I don't have younger siblings, but I'm just bossy. I'm a natural boss. I'm naturally happy to tell people what to do. Don't ask me my opinion, because not only will I give it, I'll also break down how you can arrive at my decision, and I'll tell you how to get here and how you can take it to the next level. Okay, that's just my personality. So the coaching part isn't really difficult for people like us. However, the business building part of being a coach can be really daunting. And really, I'd like to talk to you all about that, because in order for you to really be able to offer your coaching services to people, you have to have some kind of a business structure that is putting your name, your face, and your work out in front of the public so that they know that you exist and so that they will come to you. So in my League of Badass Butterflies, I go live every week on Tuesdays, and I talk to you about something that I think is really important for you to understand as you are, embarking on this journey. Now, of course, the work that we do here is very meaningful, but I also always want to invite you to take your coaching business and your dream of being a coach a step further. I want to invite you to come and work with me in my mentorship and business building program. It's called Spiritual Life Coach Certification for Badass Butterflies. And if you are ready to start building your business, then please come and join me. And Rebecca, will you please put a link to book a strategy session with me in the comments or in the chat, please? So if you are ready and you know you want to be a life coach and you want to have a great mentor and you want to go through a great program that's going to help you be a really good coach, we're going to help you put together your own program for yourself so that you can take your clients through a healing and transformation program. I will help you build your website, put together your social media package, help you build your blog, and do all the things that you need so that you can launch yourself as a new coach, and you will be prepared and ready doing the work to earn your first $50,000 in your first year of business as a spiritual life coach. Let me tell you, that is a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun. So if you are interested in doing that, then book yourself in for a strategy call and let's talk about how we can do that together. All right. So again, if you're watching live on Facebook, go ahead and type in #live. And if you're watching the replay, put in #replay. And y'all, let's face it, it is finally springtime. This has been the longest winter ever. If you're excited about spring, then let's have you drop some fire emoji in the comments. And let's bring in the summer, the spring heat, because here in Paris, even though it's spring, it's well underway, it is freezing. I'm wearing a coat, scarf, and gloves every single day. It says, oh yeah, it's 45, but it feels like it's 37. I'm like, that ain't fair. Like, since when is that supposed to be springtime weather? Feels like 37? No, that feels like hell, okay? And I'm tired of it. So drop some fire and let's get this party started, y'all. So, ladies, you have heard me say throughout all of my live streams that to be successful as a spiritual life coach and to be successful in your divine coaching business, you have to unite your divine feminine spirituality with your divine masculine practicality. All right. So it's my job to help you awaken to your feminine gifts, like your intuition. Okay. And to bring those gifts into a real business, a viable business that brings you consistent income. Okay. I have to teach you how to make money. All right. Because if you're going to leave your 9-to-5 job, okay, yes, good. Be independent, be an entrepreneur, but you have to understand the things that you need to do to bring money consistently into your coffers. It's not enough for it to come in dribbles, a little bit here, a little bit there. If that happens, you're going to need a job. And the whole point is for you to be a woman in her power who is a great coach, a great healer with an amazing business. Okay. So you need the divine feminine woo-woo and the divine masculine structure, logic, step-by-step action. Okay. You need those two to work together. So let's take a look at the feminine first. All right. So it's very important that you work with your feminine gifts of magic. So this is, like I said, your woo-woo, your intuition, your extrasensory perception. And keep in mind that the feminine is both light, right? So all that high vibrational woo-woo stuff, but there's also a shadow side of the divine feminine that is really important to your work, okay? And that would be the painful experiences that you have gone through. These are the things that make you human. So these are your hardships, your pain, your trauma, all those kinds of things. Those things all fall under the realm of the feminine, right? Our feeling nature is also our feminine nature. So your light is magic and your shadow is the pain. Okay, so in order to be a great spiritual life coach, you have to really combine both of those things in your work. If you are a coach who's only doing the light things, then you are in the realm of the superficial and you're ignoring the human condition that people are actually suffering with. And that can sometimes cause a little bit more damage as you are forcing people to stand in their power when they don't even have a leg to stand on, okay? So by working with that shadow, you're bringing in some solutions to help them build their legs up so that they can stand up in wholeness in a real way that feels authentic to them, okay? So how do you turn your divine feminine gifts into a successful business? Well, this is where the divine masculine comes in. The divine masculine provides structure, integrity. It's the organization of your thoughts and ideas. It's consistency, and it's the follow through that you need in order to give birth to all those exciting ideas. So in order to be a really great spiritual life coach, you need to have a successful business that brings you clients, okay? And a flow of clients, a flow of clients is a blessing, all right? But it's also a technique, okay? So you need the feminine and the masculine working together. So here's the thing. Right now, you've got a 9-to-5 job, and I appreciate, I sent a little note out to a few of you, and I said, look, if you can join me today on on the call, it would be great. And some of you were like, yeah, I'm available. And some of you were like, yeah, no, I got a job. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. And I totally appreciate and I respect that. Okay. I had a job for years, and that's how I built my business. My job, my job and former employer were the #1 investor in my business. And I thank them for that. Okay. So yes, so 3 cheers for those of you who have a job. And 3 cheers for you people who don't have a job, who are just out there doing it. Hey, go on with your bad self. All right, go on. I've been there too. All right, and building your business, there's going to be some times when maybe you have free time by choice, and sometimes you have free time because you're still trying to figure stuff out. And all of that is a part of the process. It's all good. And it's not a question of if you're going to be successful. It's just a matter of when you're going to be successful. So keep that in mind, okay? You are doing the work, and your success you're already aligned with it. You're already living it. It's blossoming like a flower, all right? Now, for those of you who are working on your 9-to-5 job, we appreciate having a job. Okay, we appreciate it because it's paying us, okay, or it's paying you. You appreciate it because it's paying you, and I respect it because it's paying you, all right? But the thing is, it's taking up a lot of your time. 40 hours a week is a lot of time. And it can also be draining your energy because you're giving 40 hours a week to this business, okay? And look, I appreciate your job, but it's earning the most money and the most profit for your employer, which is not you if you're working for someone else, okay? And the thing is, I hear this all the time from people who want to work with me. They're like, I really want to be working for myself. I'm dying to start my own business, but I don't know how. Okay. And what I'm also hearing is that it feels like you're trapped in a prison. It feels like you can't breathe. All right. It's the combination of being in an office environment, of doing paperwork. These things are not aligned with the woman that you are. Okay. And so there's like it's like your soul is crying out for freedom, and you want to deliver that because you can. That's your divine right to pursue the thing that excites you and that will help you live your best life. Okay. So you all have this kind of awakening streak, and particularly if you've been feeling this the last few weeks, okay, maybe the last 2 weeks, let me say. Wait, when did Pluto move into Aquarius? This was just last week. So the last 10 to 14 days, you have been feeling this particularly because Pluto has moved into Aquarius, and Aquarius is the ruler of your fondest dreams, your heart's desires. And Pluto is kind of like, hey, I want to express my truth. I want power in this area. I want to be powerful. So we are all feeling a need to step into the life that we want, our divine right from Father, Mother, God, source energy. Okay. Source is even saying, hey, I want you to step into your power. I want you to remember that you're my divine child and that I love you. I empower you. Please create the life that you want. That's what's happening right now. So we're all feeling this kind of rebellion against anything that is holding us back and anything that is not directly aligned and taking us toward our greatest desire. We're kind of like, no, no, we got to figure this out. Okay. And here's the thing. You really do want to be your own boss. You want to be calling the shots. You want to make the decisions, and you want to enjoy that position in your own life. And that feeling of power in your own life is called your authority. And your true authority comes from God. And that's really another important thing that I want you to remember. Your authority comes from God. And if you remember that, you will take on building your business with courage and confidence, and you'll do what you need to do to make it real, knowing that it is your divine right and that God will support you. Now, when you're working for someone else, it's really difficult because, they're determining your time. They're in charge of making the decisions, and they are determining when you work, where you work, and how you work. All right. So you have this feeling that you want to be a coach and you want to pursue your passion, and it's very strong. And right now you're feeling empowered. And as I said, I have 100% faith in your success, but I also know that it takes a lot to build your first business. How do you get clients? How do you guarantee success for the people who work with you? How are you going to get people to pay you money for the services that you offer? And what services do you offer? How do you create that? Like it's really fun to kind of think about this, but when it actually comes down to doing it, like, what does that even mean? Okay. One of my lovely students the other day, she was so sweet. She's like, I have so much to offer. What do I do? Like, she's been going through all these different steps in the program, and she's awakening to the reality of what she's creating. And she's now kind of in her body. Like she's at the point where she's now already a certified coach. She hasn't finished the program, but there's a milestone that I hold for all of my students. And it's when they've done a certain thing that I'm like, boom, she just stepped into her inner coach. Her badass butterfly just woke up and was like, oh, it is on. Okay. And she had that moment. I saw it, and I have to admit, I had a little tear because I'm like, it's like watching your eggs hatch and watching your little birds come out, and they're like flapping their wings and they're standing on the edge and they're about to take off to fly. So I was watching her, and she's like, yeah, how do I get these services to these people? I'm like, very good. We on it. And so now her mind is just working different. She had a shift from the caterpillar mind to the butterfly mind, and I got to watch that happen. Okay. So I know that you're going to be successful, but you've got to do a number of things to make you real as a coach in the mind of the public. Okay. Being a coach in your own mind is one thing, but how do you get that persona out into the world so that people look at you and they're like, you're a coach, I trust you. Yeah, I would like to be coached by you. I want what you have. I just had a beautiful lady. This was just literally just yesterday. She saw a post that I made about some, this was just me on my personal time on a Sunday morning. No, it was a Saturday morning that I did it. I woke up and I'm like, I'm fasting, blah, blah, blah. And, I just wrote this post out about my experience with God and fasting and, just doing my thing. I write a lot, right? And there was a lot of feedback on that post. And there were 3 women who wrote to me, and they're like, how do you do what you're doing? And I told them, I'm like, I'm a coach and I coach myself. And I extended an invitation, and all 3 ladies took me up on the offer and are working with me. The thing is, how do you get from I am a woman who is coaching myself and creating change in myself, I'm growing myself. How do you go from there to I'm going to extend this love that I have for myself to the public, right? To people who want to work with me? Well, that's what your business is about. And it's about really just thinking it through and building the vision that you have, the vision that you will develop and create. And eventually you'll release that in the form of your divine coaching business. All right. So you've got some work to do, but it should be fun work. And today we're going to be looking at the starting point. So what 3 things do you need to have in place before you quit your 9-to-5 job? So for today's session, I'm going to give you 3 big challenges that you have to face as a spiritual coach. And I'm going to want you to be thinking about these as you go forward, into building your business. But I'm also today going to give you 3 key solutions that are going to help you overcome these challenges. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check in with you all. And if you all have any questions, please. Okay, you all are cracking me up. Rebecca, you are hilarious. Okay, first of all, thank you all so much for the fire. All right. And this little Pomeranian dog with the fire coming out of its mouth is really cracking me up. I am LOLing at that. And Stephanie says, yeah, I'm done with the 40-hour work week paradigm. Appreciate it, grateful for it, but it is not aligned with who I am. Yeah, it's definitely a different thing, Stephanie, and I'm glad that you are ready to break free from that model. And again, I love working. All right. I love working, y'all. I do it all the time, but it's really different. The way that I work is different than working for someone else, right? It's different when you are working for yourself in your own business. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like creation. It feels like communion with spirit. It feels like talking to good friends. It feels like sharing yourself authentically. This is not work. I mean, believe it or not, right now I'm working, but it does not at all feel like work. Right. So you all, we need the workbooks. So I am opening up the workbook. Rebecca, I just got a little question for you, darling. Do you normally put, this is just a random question that is not for anybody else's ears, but for Rebecca's ears. But Rebecca, do you normally put these workbooks on Crystalline Bell, or is there a problem with Badass Butterfly? Normally I thought we put these on Badass Butterfly, and I'm seeing it on Crystalline Bell. Anyway, we can talk about this later, but make a note so we can talk about it later. Okay, precious. Anyway, we got the workbook. This is just a technological thing, and I would never remember to talk about this with Rebecca, but I know Rebecca will write it down and she'll be like, Crystal, we need to talk about this. I'm like, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Wait, hold on. Don't share it like that, Crystalline. Do it like this. Make sure it is out. Here we go. All right, here we go. Boom. Okay, now share your screen. And you should be able to share this workbook. Okay, very good. All right, so here's our workbook for the week, you all. And this is meant for you all to kind of do during the week to help you align with what we are doing, what I'm talking about in the program, and how to get your mindset ready for being a coach, okay? There's our Badass Butterfly Manifesto. And I'm gonna talk to you about, hold on, close that down. There we go. All righty, so as I said, I've got 3 challenges that you're going to need to face. All right, 3 challenges that you're going to need to deal with as a new and aspiring spiritual life coach. The first is street cred, street credibility. All right. Where is your street cred? If you are a brand new coach, where do you get your street cred? This is a problem that new coaches have to deal with. You're new. You've never coached anybody. How are you going to charge somebody and get them to invest with you if you've never coached anybody before, right? So street cred is your proof that you're a good life coach and that you can actually help a person overcome their problems, right? So when you're a brand new coach, you have no evidence of your coaching abilities. And this is a problem because without actually coaching people and seeing big transformation, you don't even know for yourself if you're a good coach. You don't know if the way you speak will resonate with anybody, right? And here's the thing. Don't think that the solution is for you to coach a bunch of people for free and to get them to write reviews for you. All right? Because when people receive free services, they lower their standards a lot. And they don't go in expecting very much from you. They have a different mindset. When something is free, there is a when something is free, we're right there. But the moment I gotta invest some money, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I have expectations and I've got some standards. That's where you want your reviews coming from, that authentic level of even exchange. If it's not an even exchange, you're going to get some baloney from the person, and you're not being challenged as you can be. But don't worry. I have a solution for this. We're going to get into that in a few moments. Okay, so I'm going to give you the 3 challenges first. Now, in our workbook, which is right over here it is. Okay, in our workbook, this first section here that starts on page 3, it's what I want you to do for your home fund is to honestly evaluate your position and write down any challenges that might be coming up for you. Okay, so for you, as you're thinking about your street credibility, write down any fears or concerns you have about putting yourself out there and not having the backing of experience. All right. This can create things inside you like imposter syndrome. It can make you question your own ability. But again, I have a really practical solution that I'm going to give you. So for home fun, though, I do want you to explore this in your mind because I want whatever fear you have to come out of your head and I want you to deal with it. All right. So here's step 1 here. You're going to deal with it. All right. Now, challenge number 2 is that you don't actually know how to make the kind of money that you need in order to support yourself, your family, your lifestyle, and your dreams, right? Because if you've never run a business before, you don't know how to make money, all right? And if you've been reliant on your 9-to-5 job, this is really important. Okay, if you're independently wealthy, you'll have no problem just leaving a job, to go pursue your heart's desire. No problem, no issues. But in order to make the kind of money you need to support yourself, your family, and your dreams, you have to have a realistic, viable, and achievable business plan. And don't go falling for the hype that says, okay, well, I'm going to be a 6-figure coach in my first year of business, because you're not, okay? That's not practical, it's not realistic, and it's not necessarily a worthy goal. Your first year of business is not about making 100K. It should be about creating a really solid foundation and doing all those things to make sure that you and your ideas are supported by your business structure. That's what the first year of business should be about. Okay, so I like for my students to aim for $50,000 for their first year. That's a perfectly reasonable amount of money to earn from your own business by your own hand in your own business, okay, that you created from scratch. Nobody's giving you anything. You did that, okay? So that is a reasonable goal. It's still a big goal. To do that, it's going to push you out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do a lot of work. And so, but it's also doable. All right. So I'm going to give you some solutions around this challenge, around not knowing how to make money. I'm going to give you a key for that as well. Okay. Now, in your workbook here, okay, what I'm going to want you to do is to contemplate, to think about yourself as an employee and understand, like, how does it feel to be stepping into the decision that you are in control of your own financial future? You are the determiner of your own destiny. How does that make you feel? Okay, so write about that. And let's see, I have in here for the notes, what impact does this have on you? How are you being both positively and adversely affected by the fact that you are working on a job, but you're making this decision to step into something more powerful? Okay. All right. And for our third challenge, here it is. Okay. for our third challenge, it's that you have no clue about how to start a life coaching business or how to keep it running or how to make it profitable, right? So it actually is earning you enough money, okay? So there are way too many women who think that spirit is going to bring them clients, and all they have to do is repeat some affirmations, okay? So look, I have a lot to say about this. This is not appropriate. It does not work. I'm so sorry to have to burst your bubble, but if you think all you have to do is sit down and repeat some positive affirmations without doing both the inner work and the outer work, you are going to not get ahead. And I'm watching it left and right, and I'm hearing people that are spouting this gibberish, and I'm going, stop. It's not okay, right? So look, you get to believe what you want to believe, and I know that you are the divine is working through you, okay? But I also know that I get to see people, and if that doesn't work for you, then come on over here and let me give you some solutions that are practical and reasonable, and let me help you set your business up in a way that will actually work to bring you results, okay? So those are the three challenges. Oh, in the workbook, all right, what I want you to do is, for this third challenge, is to write down the cost that you're paying by letting yourself stay in ignorance, by not going out and pursuing the knowledge that will change your experience of being a business owner, of growing your business. Please write down the price that you're paying for that, because it's a big price. Now, for me, when I was starting my coaching business, I thought that I was going to do it all myself. I had run a business before. My business was successful. I was able to sell my business for a lot of money. We were thriving. I was a boss in my brick and mortar business. It was not an online coaching business, but I went forward thinking that I could apply all the same principles to this online business, and I was sorely mistaken. The cost that I paid for my ignorance was I wasted years. I wasted about 5 years. I wasted a lot of money. I poured a lot of money into ventures that did not work. I wasted a lot of energy, and I don't want to say that it broke my spirit, because it did not break my spirit. But man, I was just doing things the hard way when there was a much easier, more direct way. And if I valued my time and my experience like I do now, I don't play that anymore. I now go directly toward my alignment. I go directly towards success. I'm not trying to walk the hard, deep path where it's like, oh, I'm suffering. I'm not riding the struggle bus. I don't do suffering. Okay. So look, it's already hard enough. Like, there's already enough stuff that, just doing the work when you know what to do is really difficult. But living in this dark, shadowy forest and trying to figure stuff out when you're half blind and half wounded and you don't have all of your resources, that is problematic. Okay. And I am not into that, and I don't suggest that you go that path, okay? Unless you want to, go for it. But that's not what I'm going to be. I'm not going to be facilitating that, and I'm not going to be preaching about that, okay? So write down the cost that you're paying by staying in the dark, all right? Now, these are the keys, all right? So this first key is really about talking about what I mentioned as the first challenge. So what's the how do you overcome not having enough street credibility? How do you overcome not having enough street credibility? Well, you want to, first of all, understand that not having street cred is really, it can be easily mitigated by your own work that you have invested in yourself and your own experience, okay? So you are your kind of walking, talking evidence of, or your own testimonial. You are your own testimonial for your great coaching and transformation ability, okay? So the thing is, yourself as evidence is really important. And you can talk about that with people, and that will certainly bring people into you. But there's something else that I need you to understand, right? Because look, y'all, we're always going to go deeper. You have to understand that the root cause of your healing and transformation is actually the thing that overrides even your need for street credibility, okay? The root cause of your healing and transformation is your true authority, and the way that that authority shows up in your spiritual gifts, okay? So the more you utilize your spiritual gifts of magic, and the more you talk about your experience with pain and trauma and how you overcame those, the more you'll be able to demonstrate your power and your prowess as a coach and transformer. So your ability to work with emotional pain and trauma and your spiritual gifts are the foundation of what I call true authority. So again, your true authority is really about your uprightness within yourself, your connection to the divine. It is that part of you that is the inner coach that must awaken, and who will be utilizing her magic and her experience and her wisdom to help other people transform. That is there with you, whether you're new or at this for years. It's always there. It's there for you right now, okay? So in your workbook, in this section for the keys, for the first one, what I want you to do is to basically answer this question, like, or write about this. What are your spiritual gifts of magic? What are your painful experiences that you've overcome? And what are the key experiences that demonstrate your authority as a spiritual coach, a spiritual healer, and a spiritual leader, right? What experiences are going to give you authority, okay? Because you've already gone through those experiences. You've come out of them on the other side stronger, better, stronger, faster. So you have authority, okay? Write about that. Now, I'm going to get into game-changing key number 2. Game-changing key number 2 is about, this addresses the challenge of your financial destiny, like not knowing how to make money. So when you make the decision, or when you made the decision to become a certified spiritual life coach, you made the decision to become the master of your financial destiny, all right? So if you don't know how to make money, you can't sit passively and wait for spirit to rescue you, okay? You have to take charge of your financial destiny, and you have to learn what you need to thrive, all right? So like everything you want to manifest, okay, you should unite the divine feminine and the divine masculine, okay? Whenever you want to manifest, you bring that feminine in and that masculine, and you bring them together in a romantic embrace, all right? So what I mean by this, in this case, is about uniting your divine feminine creativity, your ideas, your intuition, with the divine masculine logic, structure, organization, and you create a balanced foundation for creating or giving birth to your solid business vision. All right. That is going to bring you consistent and reliable income. Okay. The structures that you put in place in your business are what deliver you consistent and reliable income. Okay. The feminine is the idea and the masculine is the system. You bring them together, you will get paid for your ideas, and that is how you will build your business. Okay. So in the workbook, I want you to write down one of your great divine feminine ideas, and then I want you to make a little plan, okay? A divine masculine plan to make it real, right? So you can say to yourself, for example, hey, I have a great idea for blank. How can I earn money for it? And then write all that out, okay? All right, very good. All right, so this is our last bit, y'all. And I haven't checked in with you. I should probably check in before I do the last one. Let me check in and make sure everybody's okay on Facebook. Oh my gosh, did I close the Facebook page? I didn't mean to. No, it's hidden. Let me close that. And then it's over here. Yes, it's over here. All right. Very good. Okay, it looks like, oh, Serena said she had to go. Okay, no problem, Serena. Very good. No problem, darling. I admire you all for taking me on the road with you. Seriously, it's very cool. Nyati says she also had to take off. All right. But yes, thank you, Nyati. Enjoy the replay. And I'll give you, let me hurry up and get y'all off because it is time for y'all to get to work, get the kids to school. Let me move through this last section very quickly. All right. So game changer number 3 is about, it addresses the issue of not knowing how to run your business, right? So if you've never run a business before and you don't know how to coach clients, you're going to find all the parts of kind of doing this work a little mysterious. You're going to find it to be very time consuming, and it could even be confusing. All right. It is perfectly normal to not know where to begin to launch and run your divine coaching business. Okay. How are you going to find clients? How are you going to help them transform? How are you going to get them the great results that will make their lives better? And how do you get them to pay you? Okay, these are reasonable questions that you should be asking yourself as a person who's going to be taking this on as their career. All right, so the great news is that you don't have to figure out the answers on your own. All right, like great ancient rituals that were passed down from one generation of high priestess to the next, your initiation into spiritual life coaching, healing, and business building is made more deep, more powerful, and more effective, and even faster and more efficient, and dare I say, even more fun. Okay, even more fun by working with a wise expert who has gone through the process themselves and who can initiate you into this work. So what I want you to do is research and learn about the programs that are out there and find a coaching, a certification and business building program that resonates with you, okay? And what I want you to do in the workbook is to write down your needs and your desires in a coach, and then go out there and research the programs, and then choose a coach, and then get yourself enrolled. Now, of course, I am a coach, but I am not for everybody. You all know about me. You know that I'm into the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You know that I'm into the spirituality and the practicality and the logic. And I take both of those seriously. You all know that I want you to set up a solid business foundation. You know that I want you to have your blog in place, your website in place. I want to help you build your program. I'm going to help you build all those assets, okay? But you may not resonate with all those things, in which case you need to find someone else. But if what I'm talking about resonates with you, then I definitely want you to book a strategy call and to set yourself up to work with me. At least let's talk about what it would look like for us to work together, and then we can go from there. Now, just as an FYI, my program starts at the beginning of every month. And so you can sign up with me at the beginning of April, or if you want to talk right now and get started for the beginning of May, we can do that as well. All right. All right. Are there any questions? Is everybody doing okay? Let me just check in. I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay, so let me just check in with Facebook and see if there are any questions. All right, it looks like we're doing really, really well. I want to thank you all so much for joining me on the live stream today. I want to remind you also that we will be back here on Friday to talk about the full moon in Libra. Ooh, this should be a very romantic, heartfelt experience. Oh, or it could be a really big time of upheaval, of emotional upheaval, right? It's Libra, so it's talking about partnership and romance and coupling and relationship, like intimate relationship. That sounds romantic, right? But there's a full moon, which means that it can be about really deep healing and kind of dealing with the shadow aspect of all that stuff. So it's either going to be really good or really hard. Either way, it doesn't matter, you guys. I got you. I got your back. All right. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday or this coming Friday. Okay, so if you can join the Moon Ritual on Friday, otherwise I'll be back here next Tuesday. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. I'll see you soon.